Hi everyone, I want to give you an update about Ebb and Flow Realty Co. For those of you that don't know, I used to have the Sylvia Real Estate team at Lembu Real Estate, and I have since disbanded the team, so I no longer have some of those team members. It didn't actually make sense for all of them to migrate forward with us since I'm moving to a new location. And I started the company in July, so that's when it officially launched. The office space is in Marblehead. And for those of you that don't know, my husband and I have actually moved over to Nahant. We wanted to live closer to the ocean and be a little bit more seaside. So a little bit of a different lifestyle over here, and we're thoroughly enjoying it. It's really been such a great move and a great transition for the both of us. However, we still come back to the city quite a bit. There's obviously a lot more to do in the city, and so we would probably run into you if you were in the town as well. So one thing I did want to give an update on, because there's a select few of you who were helping me pick out the logo and the name, and some of you have asked me whatever happened to that. I don't see the name I selected, so I had to go through a full process. I sat with an attorney, and I also sat with a branding marketing professional who actually lives in my neighborhood. She's fantastic. And I had to figure out, which names made sense from the domain website, if it's available, what made sense from a good branding and image standpoint. And then also, I later discovered that my business name could not compete with another similar name in the same space when you're thinking about a legal entity. So that I worked out with my attorney, and it turns out a lot of those first names that I had come up with, unfortunately, were kind of taken in the space, so I couldn't utilize them, or like my business name likely wouldn't have been approved by the state. So I did have to go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of names, and it really was a difficult process to get through that. But eventually we did. We found a name that worked, and we were able to move forward, get the domain, get the email system up, get the website up, and it's been great ever since. So I'm very pleased with the new name, and I'm gonna find my business card. So I'm not sure if you guys have all seen it just yet, and this is gonna be backwards, of course, because I'm on the video, but that gives you a sense. And you guys can also go to ebbandflowrealty.com if you wanted to see the logo on there as well, and a little bit more of the about info. So a big thing that's happening right now, I've actually been working with some attorneys to get some of my documentation up to par, and I've been working with a bookkeeper to take a look at finances for the year, start planning for next year, and do some budgeting. So it's a lot of business planning today, which has been fantastic. I have a little bit more time to do these types of vlogs, which I'd like to do more of to give you guys updates. And I'm hiring. So I've been working very diligent, very hard. I've actually been doing some informational interviews of new agents in the area, and I've gotten some fantastic feedback from all of them to figure out what a good package would be to bring in new agents, train them, hopefully give them some amenities and benefits that make sense for them and help them be successful. And my goal is not to grow huge and large and have 100 agents. That's really not. I'm not about the quantity. I've always really been about the quality, not the quantity. So my goal is to find good agents. The interview process is pretty vigorous. It's long, and it's long for a reason. I really am looking for the right fit, the right people, individuals who are going to plug into the company, grow with the company, and enjoy that small business. It's fun and it's new, and there's really not many boutique businesses in Marblehead. So I think it's going to be a really fun, unique experience going through this. There's a lot of big companies. So you have your Caldwell Banker and Remax, and a few others. But so it's going to be very exciting to sort of be this small company, a little fish in a big pond, and get up and running. So I've already been out there networking a little bit. I've met some of the other agents in the market, and it's been fun. It really has been fun. It's been exciting, and I'm super excited to see where the sales agents take the company as well. My goal really is to partner with them, because they're growing their business, right? So it's almost like, I know it's confusing when you come from corporate, but sales agents are sort of little mini companies within a big company. So the goal of a broker is really to support those sales agents, make sure that they're growing, they're successful, they're executing their individual business plans, because they do also have their own business, or they should have their own business plans. And it's my goal to be supportive, to be available, to answer their questions, and especially the tough ones. So when issues come up in transactions, helping them overcome those hurdles, and team up with the attorneys, make sure we're doing the right thing for our clients. So the other big thing to mention is the educational aspect. So a lot of you know I have a lot of these letters at the end of my name, and I just keep attaining more and more of those letters. I really love going to classes. I greatly enjoy being part of the association. I love meeting agents all around the state, even the country, for some of these classes. So it's a good way for me to understand what's going on in the market elsewhere, because we're all interconnected. It also helps me hear some of the worst horror stories you could possibly think of about going through some of these real estate transactions. And I learn a lot. I learn a lot of, a pitfall that someone else fell into. I can, learn how to navigate around those pitfalls, and bring that knowledge and bring that experience, and not just my experience, but I'm bringing the experience of all the real estate agents I've networked with along with me, to make sure that we're navigating your transaction as best we can. So education has been a very big part of my career. It's also a big part of my compensation plans. It's a big part of what I expect out of my agents. So if you know someone who is, very, they love to learn, and they understand that, you never know too much, right? We're always learning, we're always growing. Can never be a know-it-all of everything. There's always some little tidbit that you're going to pick up here and there that's just going to make you better and brighter. And ultimately, it's what allows us to service you guys better, serve our clients better. And we're more equipped to handle certain situations because we've been trained to handle those situations. It's just that simple. So if you do know of any sales agents, or anyone thinking about going into, or if you are thinking about going into real estate, I'd love to chat and talk to you about it. I'll be very honest and very forthcoming, and we can sit down and just decide if it even makes sense for you. So I hope that you've enjoyed this little update. I do plan on having more of these updates over time, and I want you guys to stay tuned because we have a lot of campaigns coming up. Actually, I have the things you'll hear from me about the Thanksgiving pie campaign here soon. You'll also hear from us as we do our 1 year anniversary party next year, sometime in the summer. I'm in the works of planning that, and many other fun activities that I have planned for the year ahead. So stay tuned, and thanks for tuning in for this one, and I'll talk to you all very soon. As I always say, chat soon.